Assalamu alaikum. It is Atawala Mugari, student of BBA 2K20, roll number 15 from SUCL, subject microeconomics, supervised by Sir Ayad Ali Metalo, presentation video for final examination. The term economics defined it. The word economics comes from two Greek words, eka means home and nomos meaning accounts. The first economics word used by Greek philosopher Aristotle. Economics is that branch of knowledge which studies the process through which the resources which are scarce in nature and allocated to satisfy the unlimited wants of the people. In other words, the economics of the individual's agent's decision about resources is referred to as microeconomics, while macroeconomics studies the interactions in the economy as a whole. What is micro and macroeconomics? The father of the microeconomics is Adam Smith. Macroeconomics talk about the actions of an individual units and individuals from household, market, industry, etc. The father of the macroeconomics is John Maynard. Macroeconomics studies the economy as a whole. It assesses not a single unit but the combination of all firms, households, nation, industries, market, etc. Difference between micro and macroeconomics. Meaning, microeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the behavior of an individual consumer, firms, family is known as microeconomics. Macroeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the behavior of the whole economy, both national and international. It is known as macroeconomics. Microeconomics deals with individuals' economic variables. Macroeconomics deals with aggregate economic variables in business application. Microeconomics is applied to operational or internal issues. Macroeconomics, environment and external issues and tools. Microeconomics is the demand and supply, and macroeconomics is the aggregate demand and aggregate supply. An assumption of macroeconomics. It assumes that all macroeconomics variables are constant. Assumption of macroeconomics. It assumes that all macroeconomics variables are constant. Microeconomics theory of product pricing, theory of factor pricing, theory of economic welfare. Macroeconomics theory of national income, aggregate consumption, theory of general price level, economic growth. In scope, macroeconomics, it covers various issues in demand, supply, product pricing, factor pricing, production, consumption, economic welfare, etc. Macroeconomics, it covers various issues like national income, general price level, distribution, improvement, and money, etc. Importance of macroeconomics. It is helpful in determining the prices of product along with the prices of factors of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, etc. within the economy. Importance of macroeconomics. It maintains stability in the general price level and resolves the major problems of the economy like inflation, deflation, reflation, unemployment, and poverty as a whole. Limitations of macroeconomics. It is based on unrealistic assumptions. In macroeconomics, it is assumed that there is a full employment in the society which is not at all possible. Limitations of macroeconomics. It has been analyzed that fallacy of composition involved which sometimes does not prove true because it is possible that what is true for aggregate may not be true for individuals too. Every coin has two aspects. Micro and macroeconomics are the two aspects of the same coin. Also, they cover the whole economy of a country. Remember this important point that which makes them different in the area of application. Second topic, mixed economy. First of all, we study about economic system. Economic system are the means by which countries and government distribute resources and trade goods and services. They are used to control the five factors of the production, including labor, capital, entrepreneurs, physical resources, and information resources. Types of economic system: capitalism, socialism, mixed economy. Definition of mixed economy. Mixed economy is an economic system which is a combination of capitalistic economic freedom and principle of socialistic economic control. Meaning, an economic system is which both the private enterprise and a degree of state monopoly coexist. All modern economics are mixed where the means of production are shared between the private and public sector, also called as dual economy. Reasons why mixed economy developed. The demerits of two economic systems acted as the initiative for the need of the third economic system. Features of mixed economy: coexistence private and public sector, personal freedom, private property is allowed, economic planning, profit motive and social welfare, price mechanism and controlled price, check on economic inequalities, control of monopoly power. Making of mixed economy. The making of mixed economy is divided into three different sections stated as follows: private sector, public sector, semi-public sector. Private sector should grow faster than government. In economics, the private sector is that part of the economy sometimes referred to as the citizen sector, which is run by private individuals or groups, usually as a means of enterprise for profit and is not controlled by the state. Examples: Telenor, Mobilin, Zong, Mizan Bank, KFC, Procter and Gamble, Habib Bank, etc. Public sector. The part of the economy concerned with providing basic government services to the public is called public sector. The composition of the public sector varies by country, but in most countries the public sector includes such services as the police, military, public roads, public primary education and health care for the poor. Examples: Nadra, Pakistan State Oil, Pakistan Police, Pakistan Defense. Autonomous body. Autonomous bodies are those in which public and private sector work together by merging their resources either to increase the efficiency. Still, it does not mean that all autonomous bodies are efficient in their work. There is always possibility of lack of performance of inefficiency from public sector. Examples: Pakistan Steel, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan, etc. Merits: efficient, freedom of decision making of consumer, planet development, increase in national production, competition keeps price low, consumer choice, greater chance for the government to implement good policy. Demerits: corruption, fear of nationalization, conflict between public and private sector, public sector less efficient than private sector. Third topic, demand and supply. Demand: total quantity consumers are willing and able to purchase. A demand function is a behavior function for consumers. A supply function is a behavior function for producers. We describe market behavior using these two functions. Direct demand and derived demand. Direct demand for consumption goods and services that satisfy consumer desires. Derived demand, these are sometimes called intermediate goods. For example, demand for steel, an intermediate good, is derived from the demand for final goods, automobiles, for example. Quantity demanded, amount of a good that a consumer is willing to buy and able to buy at a given price over a period of time. Law of demand, all other things remaining unchanged, the quantity demanded of a good increases when its price decreases and vice versa. This relationship can be shown by a demand schedule, a demand curve, or a demand function. Demand schedule. Demand schedule shows the different quantities of goods that a consumer is willing to buy at various prices. Prices or quantity normally move in opposite directions. Demand curve, a curve showing the relationship between the price of a good and the quantity demanded. Demand function, a demand function is a causal relationship between dependent variables, for example quantity demanded, and various independent variables, example factors which are believed to influence quantity demanded. Where quantity and equal quantity and price equal price of a good, example quantity equal to minus 4 price. Determinants of demand on price, income of the consumer, price of other goods, number 1, complements, number 2, substitutes, tastes and preferences, expectations of future prices, advertising, distribution of income. Types of goods. Complementary goods are a pair of goods consumed together as the price of one goes up, the demand for the other falls. Example, car and petrol. Substitute goods are alternatives to each other. As the price of one goes up, the demand for the other also goes up. Example, Pepsi and Coke. Normal goods are those goods whose demand goes up when the consumer's income increases. Inferior goods are those goods whose demand falls when the consumer's income increases. Example, auto travel, kerosene. Given goods are those goods whose demand moves in same direction as price. Knob or Veblen goods are those goods whose demand falls when price falls. Shifts of demand curve. A change in demand is reflected by shift of demand curve and is caused by change in any of the non-price determinants of demand. A change in quantity demanded is, however, reflected in a movement along the demand curve and is called an extension or contraction in demand. The movement from A to B is due to the change in price of good, all other factors remaining unchanged. Number 2, supply. The quantity supplied is the number of units that sellers want to sell over a specified period of time at a particular price. Law of supply states that all other factors remaining unchanged, the supply of a good increases as its price increases. This can be shown by supply schedule, a supply curve, or a supply function. Supply schedule, there exists a positive relation between quantity and price. When supply is increased, quantity is increased. Supply curve. Supply function shows the relation between quantity and price. It is positive relationship. Example, quantity equal 4 plus 3 price. Determinants of supply: price, cost of production, technological progress, prices of related outputs, government policy. All factors other than price cause a shift of the supply curve and is called a change in supply. Surplus and shortage. Any price above equilibrium causes an excess supply and any price below the equilibrium causes a shortage. The market, if uncontrolled, will automatically arrive at the equilibrium price at which supply equals demand. Any shift in demand and supply curves will result in a new equilibrium. Comparison of equilibrium is called comparative statistics. Price rationing. A decrease in supply creates a shortage at quantity price zero. Quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied. Price will begin to the lower total supply is rationed to those who are willing and able to pay the higher price. Alternative price control mechanisms. A price ceiling is a maximum price that sellers may charge for a good, usually set by government. Example, rent control. A price floor is a price above equilibrium price that the buyers have to pay. Example, agricultural support price, minimum wage. Thank you everyone.